Alright guys, 20 plus inches of rain. They're done. We're done. Woo. So we're going to go ahead. Yeah, I know they're blooming, but the weather's not going to change. We're going to continue to get this heavy wet moisture in here. So plus extreme heat's coming, so they're not going to do any more that's worth our time. So we need the pots for other things. You can hear Candy in the background. I haven't fed them yet, and they hear me out here at this tractor, they go ballistic on me. So we're going to continue to go down through here. Now we done took up all of our electroculture because we made the mistake. We were pulling them up and realized the electroculture was hanging in the plants. And we try not to take any of our dirt with us. We try to make sure it stays. And I don't care how well you pick these things. When you get through and turn them upside down, you'll find beans. It's gonna be sad.
Not really.
Well, we've had them now, and they have been so productive.
This is all we got today. That's a fraction of what we've been getting this bowl full every time we've picked. One time we got, no, twice we got 2 bowls full.
2 bowlfuls, yeah.
And every other time it's been 1 bowl. This time there's barely any in there, so we know it's time.
Yeah, when we start getting down like that, it's not worth it to us to use our time for that, because we believe in volume, you know.
And there's all our electroculture rods that come out of there. I do believe that made a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
We know that helped, having every other pot with electroculture.
Yeah, they were just, it gave us exactly what we was looking for this year.
And if you're interested in electroculture rods, Hills Mill Homestead, Mr. Mickey, check them out, hillsmillhomestead.com. He sells these things already made up. You don't have to sit and do your own. It's the right amount of copper. It's coiled in the right way.
Yeah, and plus, y'all remember me talking about how we planted everything early this year because I anticipated we was going to have some serious weather issues. Well, now I'm glad I did.
Yeah. And usually these beans would have been over the end of May. And what is today? Today
is June the 21st, Father's Day.
That's right. Happy Father's Day. You got to work. At least this morning.
Can you get them?
Yes.
See the deer standing on the power line?
I do.
They're standing there looking at us. That's way down yonder. That's about 500 yards, looks like.
It would love to have them peas.
Oh, there they go.
Or beans.
Walking across the power line now.
Yep.
Sorry, little fellas, y'all don't get them now. Look at little baby Ruth.
There's our baby
Baby
Ruth.
Ruth. Huh? Say, little baby Ruth. What are you doing? Say, baby Ruth. Huh? Say, little girl, you remember me from when you was born? Huh? Come on, baby Ruth. Come on, me and you was together. Yeah.
She said, no, let me go find Mama.
She's not scared.
Nope. That's unusual.
Well, that's because I was one of the first voices she ever heard.
Yes.
Come on, dear baby Ruth. It don't take them long to go through that either. Come on, dear baby Ruth. Come on, baby Ruth. Come on here. Come on. You remember? Huh? You remember? I was the first voice you ever heard. Come on. Is Mama done got you where you don't want to come around me?
Uh-oh. That's probably part of the problem.
Uh-oh. What are you doing, Sean? Huh?
Lucy come running.
Lucy come up. You ruin everything.
She said, I just wanted to see the cows.
That's why Shushan was jumping.
She saw her eye at the corner of her eye.
Yeah.
She knew she wasn't coming after her, but she just flinched.
Well, we got to finish before the sun gets up. All right. One thing you want to make sure of when you do this, clean your pots out, guys. Don't leave any leaves in them. Don't leave any stems in them or anything like that. Get everything out. Because what we're going to be doing, what's called succession planting. We're going to be coming in behind this and planting more stuff. But now let me explain something. Many people don't understand. You can't just come in here and plant what you want now. We can't plant green peas again. We can't plant snap beans again. We can't plant the Cherokee yellow wax beans again. We can't plant none of this stuff again because it's too hot. We'll have to come back with something like a heat-loving plant, like, look at that, like peppers, and maybe if you wanted to, you could plant field peas in here. Butter beans, some people call them lima beans, they're all the same thing. Oh, look at that.
Okra.
It's, just be aware. You can't plant lettuce, and now we're talking about in the south here. You can't come back and plant those kind of things in here because it's too hot, and they'll just bolt on you. And like these wouldn't even grow. It'd be just too late to do them. So keep in mind what you plant. Make sure, count the number of days. Now, I will say this, y'all up north, y'all, probably don't like that word, do you? You all up north, believe me, I've been corrected on that from living up north. Y'all only have 90 days, a lot of you only have like a 90-day growing period. And we are at, well, it's Father's Day, June the 21st. You could probably plant some of your stuff that grows in the cool weather, because by the time the mid-September gets here, y'all already cold. So the advice I'm giving is mainly for southern people down here in the southern portion of the United States. We can't plant no more down here like this.
Heat loving only.
It's strictly super heat loving. Not just heat loving, but super heat loving.
Drought resistant, possibly.
Yeah. Although this being a super El Nino year, well, actually, they're saying now maybe 3 years of super El Nino. Wanda and I are already trying to figure out what varieties will do best under these conditions. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, if we save seeds, then we're acclimating our plants to this climate. Now, we didn't get to on the green or the Cherokee yellow wax beans this year because we didn't realize we was going to go into this pattern as bad as we are. So it's a learning experience. Our country's never been through this in our lifetime, so we have no data on it.
But we have seeds that we saved last year and the year before, so we have an abundance of our own seeds.
We do. We have an abundance of our own. Now, that's true. We try not to buy very much from seed companies unless it's kind of like Like I got the pimento pepper seeds. You know, we got seeds like the pimento L's. We got the Floridades, heat-loving tomatoes. And I know Hoss Tool sells some, I think, called Hossinator, that might be a heat-loving one. You know, just whatever's best for your area. I'm not saying one tomato's better than the other, because the Floridades, they didn't do well with this much water. Because when I first planted them, it stayed really damp and cool for a long time. And that put a hurting on them right off the bat. But now I can't complain, because Wanda and I we've harvested a lot of tomatoes. I'll show you in just a few minutes, once we get all this cleaned up. I have a whole new batch of probably 30, I think 35 or 36 new Floridade tomato plants coming up, just so that I can test them through the heat of the summer and see if maybe they do better in the heat than they did in the early spring when it was cooler. I will show them to you in just a minute. I have my pimento L pepper seeds. They're up. They're not big enough to repot yet. Plus I have, I think what we ordered, 5 or 6 plants, 6 maybe from Azure. 5. We ordered 5 plants from Azure. And now, don't ask me what variety they are. I just know they're pimentos. I didn't order them, Wanda did, so I don't know the variety. It may be on them when we get them, and it may not. But I wanted some, because mine's only about this tall. I wanted some that was already up, so I could kind of get a little bit of a head start, because to be honest with you, if I plant right now, I'm not going to harvest until almost October. You know, so I got to get them in the ground. And that's one reason we're kind of pushing here. These has gone way longer than they were supposed to. And that is something that, and look, we've got this, y'all, I'm sure y'all may not know what this is right there, but I'm going to tell you what it is, because we've never had it before, and we now have it. And I went and, or me and Wanda, one of us went and looked it up. This is called, it's an invasive grass. It's called basket grass. Basket grass. It is coming up literally everywhere, and it grows under bad conditions. So how it got here, I have no idea. Maybe robins or something hopping on the ground brought it through, you know, in the wintertime. But we now have it pretty seriously.
This makes a great ground cover.
It's fantastic ground cover, but very invasive, you know. So if y'all have that in the southern climate here, it's just 2 years ago it popped up here. We noticed it in a gravel road. We were picking up pecans, or getting ready to get our pecan trees ready, in the gravel road, and we noticed this grass was just growing down through the gravel everywhere. I'm like, what is that? And now I'm finding it all over the place. So it's pretty invasive. What are you doing, little baby girls? Huh?
One of our next biggest things is fixed to be this right here.
Yep.
All this water.
All the water. The ants are going to come to the top of the ground. I was asked, how is the compost pile with the watermelons doing? Well, I'm sure there's supposed to be some watermelons in here somewhere.
I saw something.
Something done been in here. It looks like a Miss Lucy.
You think that's what it is?
She was probably in here a while ago.
I see one behind you.
There's one right here. Look at this. Our sweet baby ones. See it right there?
And there's one straight
right there?
in there. I seen it right there. So,
a striped one, huh?
so there's, are they supposed to be striped or
yeah,
not striped?
we got striped ones, and we got
you planted 2 different kinds.
2 different varieties. This is the sweet baby ones here.
I don't remember what the other one was.
These I've grown before. these produce and produce abundantly. Now I'm hoping Miss Lucy didn't come in here and get watermelons off of this. Oh.
She steals our peppers.
She steals our bell peppers.
There's another one right there.
One right there I see.
But it doesn't look like it pollinated too well.
It's not the right color. Well, I guess it might be alright. I don't know.
We'll have to see.
You're right about the pollination issue. It looks like it didn't pollinate well.
We've had so much rain till I don't know. For as many blooms was on there, there's not very many watermelons.
There was a melon right up in here the other day, and I'm hoping Lucy ain't coming getting them watermelons and eating them.
Because she would think it's a ball.
She's got something in her mouth now. I don't know what it is.
A sweet potato. She likes sweet potatoes.
Well, she went and got one of them I gave to the cows. She went under the fence and got it.
She loves sweet potatoes. And bell peppers, obviously.
Whew. Okay, guys, I have to come and rotate these because the sun's right here, and they pull toward the sun. So these I rotated yesterday, and because they were all laying over, and I had to move them where they'd pull back in this direction. It's a daily thing for me. I can't put them outside because it's just raining, and these things probably weigh 2 pounds a piece because they're just saturated with water, and I don't want them to get rot or anything on the roots, so I'm having to leave them up under the roof line here.
And why are they up so high?
Because of that thing right yonder.
She likes red Solo cups.
She loves red Solo cups, and if I put them where she can get to them or reach them.
And she can still raise up right here and get them.
On this, and I have to, if she's loose, I have to keep my eyes on her. And we're suspecting she's what's been getting our watermelons, because we had a bunch of watermelons and now we don't have any, and I'm kind of thinking she's...
And she's gotten most of my bell peppers.
Yep, she's eaten all your bell peppers.
I got one.
But other than... And she's getting butter beans and, I mean...
Tomatoes. She picks what she wants.
But anyway, I told y'all I'd show you the Florida tomatoes. These are them. Now this is 50-50. Worm castings and Bacto potting soil. It's a mixture of 50-50 is what this is. So, all right, we got a lot we got to get done. That's onions there, garlic, something. All right. We made an executive decision this morning. We're about cucumbered out. We're just going to go ahead and start cleaning up. And we're taking all the little bitty ones, and we're going to make us some gherkins. And you know, we've been over this thing and been over it, and you still find cucumbers.
Yeah, look at this. How we missed that, I do not know. That's been there a week or better.
Yeah.
To turn that color.
And I'm just constantly finding little cucumbers.
Oh, as many as we've picked off little ones, we would have been picking another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We probably picked 40 off already.
And we're cucumbered out. I mean, it's a blessing to have them. And this is like a happy moment. Plus, we have the disease is starting to hit it, and
Big time.
Everybody go, yeah, but you could run out here with milk, and you could spray this and get rid of all this stuff.
Not really.
We don't want to. Our thing is just get rid of the problem.
Yeah, right now, because we've got enough cucumbers put up and we're ready for something else. I'm going to put something else that grows on trellises in here that maybe Lucy won't eat.
Well,
We'll
luck
see.
with that. Good luck with that one.